Hey, hello friends. Welcome to Jojo's Azure Learning YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about the routable or non-routable domain. And if you are using a non-routable domain like .local domain in Active Directory, so what will happen if you sync to AzureAD? So what happens basically if you are using an abc.local or maybe say your company.local, that is not a verifiable domain in Azure AD. So what happens when you have a user account created with abc.local, it will actually it sync and it will have like a dot on microsoft.com. So we will see and we will explain and we'll go by step how to do a local domain, and if you have a verified domain, how to add to the UPN suffix, and then we'll show you how to sync it through Azure AD. Please stay tuned. So first thing, let's say if you have a domain that is verified and you want to create a user account, the LocalAD is the source of the identity source is the LocalAD. So you just have to add a UPN suffix in LocalAD and then create an account with that UPN suffix and then sync it. At that stage, it will get the same UPN in LocalAD and AzureAD as well. So Microsoft has given a very clear documentation how to do this step, but I will walk you through the steps. As you can see on the screen, the best documentation is always from the Microsoft. This is actually just a 3 minutes read. I prepare a non-routable domain for a directory synchronization. So it clearly explains what happens. Let's say it says that when you synchronize your on-premise directory with Microsoft 365, you have to be verified that domain in Active Directory. Just think that if you are using a .local domain, .local or something like that, non-routable domain, then it will be synchronized to on Microsoft.com. But that's not the desired feature, right? So if you currently use .local domain for Active Directory, then it is recommended to change them to a verified domain, so like goodheartservices.com. Just to synchronize directly with the same name with the Microsoft 365 domain. I will put your link in the description to go through these details. This is very handy. We can read through the steps. And also it tells you how to do the UPN suffix, how to add a UPN suffix in Active Directory domain trust. I will show you and how to sync it. We'll take it from there. Once you are added the UPN suffix, and then it is recommended that you change the UPN suffix for all existing users to the new UPN suffix. So it giving a step by step how to do that. You just have to go to the user account and change the UPN. So it's from the condensor.local to condensor.com. We can also use the PowerShell script to change it for all users. It's very good reading. Let's get started. So I have this domain controller here. It's running, and I am just logged into the domain controller. Just logged into the Azure portal, and you can see the my VM is domain controller VM as the public IP address. I'm just going to RDP remote desktop RDP to MSDSC to that server. Okay, I logged into the my domain controller server. So we're going to see how to we will just see what exactly happens without without verified domain when you create a user account, and then we will see how to add it. So I'm just opening up the Active Directory users and computers. Let's create a user, and then just create a user account. Just create it as test for now, and then it will be just I don't have any other UPN suffix, so just ad.hoodhatservices.com. This ad.hoodhatservices.com is like a .local because it's not verifiable. It's just a local domain name. So just next. So password is not changed. Just put confirm the password. Okay, so this has been this has been created, and the user account has been created. So let's see, this is in the sync OU, whether it is able to sync it to AD Connect. So I already have installed the AD Connect. So let's see the AD Connect, and then you have to go just open up the AD Connect. I can also, there is a desktop icon here, you can open it up, or you can open it from here, AD Connect. If you have not seen the video how to configure the AD Connect, you can watch that video to see it. So let's open up the AD Connect, configure, and then customize the synchronization options. So every time you wanted to change the scope of the what needs to be synced through AD Connect, you need to have a global admin credential. Just give the password for the global admin. So it is connecting to AzureAD now. So once it is connected, it's going to see that next one is we have only one directory added. We can also add multiple forest here and then sync it through the one AD tenant. So that's I have explained before. So you can watch that video as well. So we can only multiple forests can go to through one AD Connect server, one AD tenant. So go to the next domain, and here actually we can select if you wanted to host. Here I'm syncing all domains and OUs. There is an option you can select here and then select what needs to be synced. So right now you can see that IT, everything is been synced. Okay, so everything is selected. If you wanted to select just one OU IT, we can do that and as well. So instead of selecting all the accounts, we can selectively decide what OU needs to be synced. Okay, so when it is synced, so we need to wait for 30 minutes. That's a default time to sync it up. If you don't want to wait it, we can do a delta sync right now. I'll show you how to use PowerShell. We can do that. Yeah, I'll close. We don't need to change any OU changes because it's syncing everything here. So as soon as I just exit out, it's not changing anything. It's syncing all the users, all the computers, everything is syncing to AzureAD. So I'm just close this one. So just to force the sync, you just need to go to the PowerShell admin. Always use as the admin as a PowerShell, run it as a PowerShell admin. You just have to search in the Google and see download AD sync PowerShell module. You just have to get that module connected. So when you go here, you can see that PowerShell module, we have to download it. So first step, this one exactly saying AD sync tools reference. I'll put that one is also in the link. So it is the process how to install the PowerShell model. You just have to take this one and then you can do it that as well. Copy this and then put it over this. I'll just clear this out. So that's all. Just see it from the new. Just running it. So it's imported. The model is to go to the second step. Get model AD sync tool. So get that one as well. Go and paste it here. Okay, so that thing is installed. It's a AD sync tool. Let's see, AD sync also will be there. Let's see, You can do import model. I am importing in another model called import model. This is the model we need, the PowerShell model. So just now let's try to do the get sync, get AD sync. If you do tag, if you do tab, it will comes up what all the commands we can get it with this one. PowerShell commands with that tools, right? So basically this command we will do is AD sync and then scheduler. Okay, that's not it's not in there. I think it's AD sync scheduler. Let's see. I don't think we have to sync. Okay, this is the exact command. So here it shows you the allowed sync cycle time interval, 30 minutes, and when it is going to run the second time. Next time is 7:32. I can see today is 1/1/2023. Happy New Year, everyone. This one is saying what is the schedule looks like when it is going to run. It is going to run at 7:32 p.m. and oh, my time is looks like 7:25 p.m. Okay, so 7:25 p.m. I need to change the time zone as well. So 7:25 p.m., 7:32 p.m. So 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, this one is going to run automatically. So we don't have time to wait for that. So what we can do is like we can just do the cell testing start. AD sync sync scheduler. That's the only thing. There is a two sync cycle, and then you can do policy type. There are two. One is the initial, that is the initial sync, and then one is a delta. So this is the command you need to run it as for forcing the sync as delta. So this one. Okay, success. We can also watch what's going to happen on this screen. So you can go to the AD Connect and synchronization services and run it as the admin. So we'll see what's happening, what the time it is running. So it's just finished up 7:26, right? So 7:26 here, and then it started 7:26. It's doing a delta. First it is doing an import, and what it is doing, it is adding one user account. So we added one user account test. So that's what it's showing up. You can see that there is a test value, test at AD ordinary is actually picked up, and it's picked up. It's doing that project is, and it's going to export. So it's picked up from the import, and then it's going to export it. So you can see it is added. One user account is added. So you can see test is there. Tested. This has been added. So now this user account will be seen in AzureAD. Okay. So if we go back to the Azure portal, I close this for a second, and then go back to our Azure portal. Let's go back to Azure portal here, and then if you go to Azure Active Directory users, see the test user account has come, right? So look at that. The user principal name, UPN is the user principal name. Look at that. It is test at George's Azure Learning gmail.onmicrosoft.com. Because it's not verified, right? So because it's not verified, that's why it's like it's not the correct user principal name. Okay, so see, look at this one. This has the correct user principal name, GA goodheartservices.com, but this is not a hybrid account. This is the on-prem. No, see, on-prem source sync enable, no. So that's just created a cloud only account. It's just created in AzureAD only. So you just have to see that, right? So this account, what we're going to do is we're going to create a UPN suffix, and then you're going to change this one into goodheartservices.com. Go into Active Directory users and computers. So once you can see that there is a users and computers here, so just a test user, right? So This is the one we're going to change the UPN suffix. Okay, this account we're going to change the UPN suffix, but we don't have anything listed here to add it. So you already seen that goodheartservices.com is already verified domain in AzureAD. I'll show you in a second. So when you have to go to Active Directory domain and trust, as per the Microsoft documentation, you go in there and then you can add properties here. There is a alternative VPN suffix. You just have to put here goodheartservices.com. Before you do that, you need to verify this domain in AzureAD. Okay, so I think if you have not seen that, watch that video. You can watch how to verify this goodheartservices.com domain in AzureAD. So just add it, apply it. Okay, close this window, go back to this one, right? So just go properties and then account, then it should be listed here. So I'm changing the UPN here. So remember, if you go back here, this has to change now to the correct UPN instead of this long test at Jojo's Azure Learning gmail.onmicrosoft.com. It has to change to the actual goodheartservices.com. So that's what I'm trying to do this here, right? So I'm just changed now, apply. All right, so it is applied. So you'll still have to wait. So you still have to wait for 30 minutes to sync it, or else you can do the same command. Okay, open up the PowerShell admin. Just open it up, and then you can just import the module AD sync. Once it's imported, you can run this command start. Just type it in AD sync. AD sync cycle policy type delta. Okay, so that's started. So let's watch now. It's actually syncing now. So let's go to the AD Connect and then go synchronization service. We just started the sync, new sync. It is 7:37 p.m. now. So it just started now. So what happens? See, it's taken a import 7:37 p.m. You can see. So there is an update. So what we did do? We did an update on the UPN suffix. So let's see what is update. Okay. So look at that. So it's changed from this is update, right? We changed the UPN suffix. So it looks good. It's picked up from the import. Let's see what is export does. It's updated that one also in export. So AzureAD has been updated to the new UPN suffix. All right, so we are good to go. See what happens to the Azure portal now. Let's look back to the Azure portal and then see. So now you see that it is Jojo's Azure Learning gmail.onmicrosoft.com. I'm just not going to refresh. It should change. Just watch and see. I'm going to refresh. Okay. See. It's now changed to actual goodheartservices.com test actual UPN. And before you do that, I just want to make sure, if you don't do that, verify domain, then it will not be. Just go and do the custom domain. See, it is verified. goodheartservices.com verified. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.